Hello, welcome to Critical Joke Theory with your host, G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist. Now with new joke technology. Hi, I'm G.D. Fenderson, Certified Forensic Humorist at large, but I'm losing weight. Welcome to Critical Joke Theory, episode 85. Now with new joke technology and open caption for the humor impaired. Nikki Giovanni, a renowned literary legend and retired Virginia Tech professor, has completed her final chapter of this earthly book, also available on Kindle. The acclaimed poet, activist, and university distinguished professor emerita passed away on December 9th after battling cancer for the third time. Third time's a charm. She was 81 years old. Quote, "We can never let words be silenced. We can never let words be taken away from us. We can never let people, because they don't like what we're saying, shut us up. Words are the most important things that human beings have, and no matter what the situation, we must always remember to use them." Close quote. Nikki Giovanni spoke those words at the Mars Arts Center ceremony. On a personal note, Nikki chided me over a minor misunderstanding that we had in 1975. I forgave her, not because I'm the bigger person, but because she didn't even remember who I was. If she didn't remember me, then it couldn't be personal, so why make it personal? Rest in peace, Nikki. I hope you enjoy your next chapter. Kabir Kabizi Singh, who competed on America's Got Talent in 2021, has died. He was 39. The comedian passed away on Wednesday, December 4th. While it is believed that he may have died from natural causes, they are still investigating. Natural causes? At 39? Sure, if this were the 1700s. An official cause of death won't be determined until they receive Singh's toxicology report, but they can rule out overexposure. Hardly anyone knew who he was. Now Kevin Hart can die of overexposure. Please. Singh made it to the semifinals of the 16th season of America's Got Talent. He guest starred on Family Guy and was featured on Comedy Central, Amazon Prime, and the BBC, and also filmed a number of comedy specials throughout his career. The passing of Kabir Singh has moved me up one more spot in the humor hierarchy. I am now the 1,186,774th funniest person in the world. Rest in peace, Singh, and thank you. Daniel Penny was acquitted in the 2023 death of Jordan Neely, which prosecutors argued at trial was the result of Penny going too far in restraining Neely on a New York City subway. Penny, seen here utilizing a chokehold that is only to be used illegally by law enforcement, will join President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance at the Army-Navy football game in Landover, Maryland. In the wake of Penny's acquittal, Vance posted this, quote, "Justice was done in this case. It was a scandal Penny was ever prosecuted in the first place," close quote, and justice came in last place. Penny had pleaded not guilty in the case, claiming white privilege and black manophobia as a justification. This case spotlighted issues of race, public safety, mental health, and vigilantism in the city. Replace race with health care, and we are at our next story. Luigi Mangione, 26, was arrested on Monday and charged with the murder of United Healthcare's chief executive, Brian Thompson, who was fatally shot last week in New York City. Mangione is expected to plead not guilty. Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg said on Friday that Luigi Mangione, 26, may waive extradition and agree to be moved to New York. Mangione was apprehended at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania on Monday. He faces forgery and weapons charges in Pennsylvania, and New York prosecutors filed a murder charge against him, related to Thompson's shooting. Mangione is becoming something of a folk hero. Women think he's sexy. Men think he's a man of action. Men in prison think he's a sexy piece of action. Donald Trump, Crime Magazine's Perp of the Year, in a recent Times Magazine interview claimed that failing to bring down prices should not mean his presidency was a failure. Trump says that bringing down the prices of groceries will be very hard, especially since he doesn't even have a concept of a plan as to how it should be done. In 2015, Trump promised to lower healthcare costs and fix the healthcare system, only to renege on that promise, saying, "Who knew that fixing healthcare was so hard?" Well, Trump, if governing were as easy as lying to your voters and breaking your promises, then even you could be a good president. Trump said he could bring down the price of eggs by increased oil drilling. The price of eggs is high because of millions of chickens with bird flu. Exactly how does oil fix that? That's like saying adding more bronzer to your skin will get rid of your labial neck folds. Democratic Representative Nancy Pelosi, 84, was hospitalized while abroad. Wait, she's still abroad, right? That's right, I can't call a woman abroad, no matter how white she is. Fuck. Okay. Take two. Democratic Representative Nancy Pelosi, 84, was hospitalized while overseas on a congressional delegation, her office said on Friday. Pelosi spokesperson Ian Krager said in a statement, quote, "While traveling with a bipartisan," close quote, okay. Bipartisan just means both parties are failing us, but they agreed to not discuss it for the moment. Now, just for the record, Republicans are worse. Where was I? Oh yeah, bipartisan. A bipartisan congressional delegation in Luxembourg to mark the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge. Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi sustained an injury during an official engagement and was admitted to the hospital for evaluation, close quote. Okay, Battle of the Bulge is not a chubby reference, be it under the shirt or under the pants. Put that picture back up. See this picture? We give dead soldiers so much nicer accommodations than we give live ones. Okay. The Battle of the Bulge, or the Ardennes Offensive, is known for its high casualties, with the U.S. Army suffering over 100,000 casualties. It played a crucial role in depleting Germany's forces, contributing to the eventual defeat of Nazi Germany. For God's sake, pretend to read a book and then watch a movie or Google it. Mitch McConnell, seen here remembering that smell means it's time for a change, fell again at the U.S. Capitol, his fourth public health episode in the past 21 months, spurring fresh calls from stale Republicans for his resignation and underscores the fragility of what's expected to be his final 2 months in the U.S. Senate. The outgoing GOP leader faced a new round of cries for his immediate ouster due to his own personal infirmity. The 82-year-old suffered a sprained wrist and a cut to the face after falling on Tuesday afternoon. McConnell fell while walking from a closed-door GOP lunch at the Capitol to the Senate floor, according to a source familiar with what happened. The source also pointed out that McConnell has always had a weak leg from when he had polio as a child, and weak ethics, which led to his long, successful, albeit destructive political career. Speaking of falling regimes, the Assad family has lost control of Syria after more than 50 years of brutal dictatorship. In the face of an astonishingly swift rebel offensive, the president, Bashar Assad, and his family fled to Moscow, hell's waiting room, and were granted political asylum, an official source in Russia told CNN. Russia is where criminals can receive asylum and dissidents are placed in asylums. The leader of the main rebel group, Abu Muhammad al-Jalani, called the toppling of Assad a victory for the entire Islamic nation. In his first public remarks in Damascus, the rebels, led by Jalani's HTS, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, Please stand by. We are having difficulties pronouncing Arabic names. Please stand by. Please stand by. We are having difficulties pronouncing Arabic names. Please stand by. Group, which was formed out of an Al-Qaeda affiliate, have said minorities will be protected, And to prove that he's sincere, Al-Jilani says that he will begin using his birth name again, Ahmad Shari and Lamb Chop. So, Ahmad al-Shara. Ahmad al-Shara. Shara. Whatever will be, will be. Right. Ahmad al-Shara has a $10 million bounty on his head, so we better start learning how to pronounce his second-in-command's name now. Say it with me. John Turturro. The U.S. Appeals Court rejected an emergency bid by TikTok to block the law that could ban the app in the U.S. The ruling means TikTok must now move quickly with the request to the Supreme Court to block or overturn a law that would require its Chinese parent ByteDance to divest of the short video app by January 19th. If that fails, the last hope is that lawmakers repeal the law once they realize that they may have to engage with their own kids. Or worse, they will have to go back to doing town halls to find out what their constituents are thinking. Rupert Murdoch loses his bid to change his family trust. Rupert Murdoch cannot amend his family trust to put the power of his media companies in the hands of his chosen successor, Lachlan. The probate commissioner, who heard several days of secret testimony by Murdoch family members earlier this year, issued a ruling over the weekend, and the 96-page opinion eviscerated Rupert Murdoch and his chosen son, Lachlan Murdoch, according to a person with direct knowledge of the ruling. This affirms what many of us have already known. When it comes to Rupert Murdoch, there is no trust. FBI Director Christopher Wray, who has come under attack from President-elect Donald Trump in the past few years, told FBI employees at a meeting on Wednesday that he would resign by the end of the Biden administration. Quote, "My goal is to keep the focus on our mission, the indispensable work you're doing on behalf of the American people every day," close quote, he told employees. Quote, "In my view, this is the best way to avoid dragging the Bureau deeper into the fray, while reinforcing the values and principles that are so important to how we do our work," close quote. Translation, if I stay, Trump could fire me and I could lose my pension. Fighting for you guys is not worth the risk. Democracy comes at a price, and I can't afford it. When Trump tapped Wray to replace Comey, who he also fired, said that Wray, seen here swearing to defend the Constitution from all enemies foreign and Trump, had impeccable credentials. Trump now wants Kash Patel, seen here trying to keep his eye on the ball while checking to make sure his past isn't catching up to him, to be the new FBI director. Kash Patel, a man whose credentials are so impeccable that he is selling vitamin supplements to his income that are supposed to reverse the detoxification of coronavirus vaccine. You can make this shit up, but you don't have to. Congress has until December 20th to reach a deal to avert a government shutdown. As of right now, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says that a deal is within reach. There is one sticking point, and the point of that stick is stuck in Speaker Mike Johnson's ass, and Trump is holding the dull end. And finally, in the continuing saga of what's in Trump's cabinet, let's talk about Jordan Peterson. Jordan Peterson, a Canadian psychologist and author, has announced he has moved to the United States because of professional and political challenges in Canada. The challenge is that he can make more money off of Trump than Trudeau. Jordan is helping RFK Jr. to hire his staff. The help is coming in the form of a 100-plus question survey that prospective new hires have to fill out. They have to respond to statements like, quote, "I don't have much interest in having sexual experiences with another person," close quote, and, quote, "I have chronic feelings of emptiness," close quote, and, quote, "I constantly use my physical appearance to draw attention to myself," close quote. How about, "I constantly use my physical appearance to draw attention to myself because I have chronic feelings of emptiness because I don't have much interest in having sexual experiences with another person"? Could RFK Jr. work for RFK Jr.? Considering the cast of characters already gracing the second Trump administration's playbill, Peterson's apparent involvement in Kennedy's candidate screening process isn't the most surprising, but it is still alarming, given his Pied Piper persona for young, disenfranchised incel men. Mark McAfee, a raw milk producer whose products were recalled due to bird flu contamination, not high oil prices, says he has been asked by Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s team to apply for a role advising the U.S. in raw milk policy. Does McAfee have to fill out the survey? Blake Masters is under consideration to head up the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives for President-elect Donald Trump. Blake Masters, in an interview, proclaimed that the philosophy of the Unabomber Ted Kaczynski is underappreciated and deserves to be studied. Maybe by people like Luigi Mangione. Wait a second. And Trump wants to put Blake Masters in charge of the ATF? WTF? That would be like putting the arsonist from Backdraft, Ronald Bartel, in charge of the fire department. Or like putting Trump from Mar-a-Lago in charge of the country. Shit. Is asbestos still illegal? I'm G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist, now with New Joke Technology. Thank you for watching Critical Joke Theory, where our motto is, I purport, you decide if it's funny. If you enjoyed it, please like and share it. And please check out Done Way Past Funny on YouTube, Knob TV, and Spark TV. Also watch The Church of Last Resort, streaming live on Sundays on YouTube at 9 a.m. Eastern. And please, if you are in Hanover, Pennsylvania, on July 11th, come out to see me in Judgmental with Queen Elizabeth Croydon. And on July 24th in Levittown, New York, at Governor's Comedy Club with Tony Walker, Stephen Ortiz, and Ron Kane. Tickets for Fresh Brewed Comedy are available at governorscomedyclub.com. Be safe out there, and don't feed the crazies. Critical Joke Theory with your host, G.D. Fenderson, certified forensic humorist. Now with New Joke Technology.